Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create wave invoice on Typeform submission. So let's suppose I am running an online shop and I am collecting all my customers with the help of Typeform. Now I want that whenever there is a new form submission, an invoice should be automatically created in my Wave account, giving me the product details and all the details that I have in my form. Now doing this manually will be a very time consuming task, so I am completely going to automate this process, and to do this automation I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Typeform and Wave. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a way that whenever there will be new form submission in my Typeform, an invoice will be automatically created in my Wave account. Now if you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Wave invoice on Typeform submission. For this, we are going to create automation between Typeform and Wave with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this by typing pabbly.com/connect/inr/ in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on this sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on this sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I've created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, you simply have to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button, and first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to create Wave invoice on Typeform submission, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and here I'm going to select this all automations and then click on create. Now here, as soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create Wave invoice on Typeform submission, which means whenever there will be Typeform submission, invoice will be created in my Wave account, which means whenever there will be Typeform submission, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So when Typeform submission happens and then action says do this, then create Wave invoice. So here in my trigger application, I'm going to take Typeform, and then in my trigger event, I am going to take this new entry. Now I have to click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, click on the save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this connect with Typeform. Now over here, I have already logged in my Typeform account, and that's why I just need to grant away some permissions, for which I need to click on this accept. Here it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization, and here authorization successful. So Typeform is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter the form. So to get this, let me open my Typeform account. So this is my Typeform account, and these are the forms which have been created. Here I am going to use this customer contact form. Let's open this. And over here you can see all these fields. This form has first name, last name, phone number, email address, and the product. Here in this product field, I have this LED bulb, LED tube light, and the smartphone option. Now I'll go back to my Pabbly Connect, and here the name of my form was customer contact form. So from this drop down, I will select my form as customer contact form, and then I have to click on the save and send test request. Now we can see that it has changed to this waiting for the response, and under this it is written, once you have clicked over save and send test request button, then do a test submission in that application in order to capture the response here. So over here, I have opened this form, and I am going to do the form submission in this particular form. After I have done the form submission, all the details should be captured here in this workflow. And if I capture all the details, this means the connection setup that we have created between Typeform and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. So here I am going to open this form, and for that I am going to click on the share on the top. And then over here I am provided with a link to this form. So I am going to copy this and paste that in the new tab. So this form has opened in front of me, and now I'm going to fill some dummy details in all these fields. So let's say my first name is latest, my last name is user, my phone number is this, and then my email address is latest682@pablitudes.com. Then I have to buy the product. So I'm going to select this as LED bulb, let's say, and then click on this submit. So here I have successfully done this form submission, and all these details should be captured. And here if I go to my Pabbly Connect workflow, I can see that I have instantly received the response. The first name that I added was latest. The last name that I added was user. Phone number that we added was this one. Email address was latest682@pablitudes.com. And we made the purchase for this LED bulb. Now, as soon as I've done this form submission, I have received all the response here in this workflow, and this means the connection setup that we have created between Typeform and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. And whenever there will be Typeform submission, I will start receiving the response here in this workflow. Now, moving on to the next step, whenever there is Typeform submission, I want to create Wave invoice. So here the invoice will be created in my Wave account only if the customer is existing in my Wave account. If the customer is not created, the invoice will not be created. So after the form submission, here if the customer is already created in my Wave account, the invoice will be created automatically. And if the customer is not created, first we will create the customer and then we will automatically create the invoice. So we are going to follow both the process. So first of all, let's check whether this contact is existing in my Wave or not. For that, I am going to take my action application as Wave. And then my action event will be get customer by email. So here I will be searching the customer with the help of email. So now I'm going to click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, click on the save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this connect with Wave. So here I have already logged in my Wave account, and that's why now I just need to grant away some permissions to make this connection. And for that I am going to click on this allow access, and you can do this too because your data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect. And it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization, and here authorization successful. So Wave is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter these details. So here I have first need to enter the business. Here I have already selected my business, which is this one, and then I need to enter the customer email. So I'm not going to enter this customer email manually. Instead, I'm going to use a very important method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter data from my previous response. Now, when I click on this customer email, I can see this Typeform, and when I click on this, I can see all the response that I've received from Typeform. Here, as I need to enter the customer email, and in the response, we have received the customer email as this one, latest682@pablitudes.com. So we will map this. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make these fields static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now that I have entered or mapped this detail, I am simply going to click on the save and send test request. And here I can see that I have received the response, and this response is +1. So here this customer exists in my Wave account. I have also received the customer ID, which will be useful for me to create invoice for this customer. So yes, this customer exists in my Wave account. So now moving on to the next step, now I have to follow two routes in this workflow. One will be for the already existing customer, and the other will be the customer which are not already created in my Wave account. So the one route will follow if the customer is already created, then the invoice will be automatically created for that customer. And the second route will follow if the customer is not existing and is submitting the Typeform. Then the customer first will be created in my Wave account, and then the invoice will be created for that customer. So for that, I am going to use an action application by clicking on this add action button and search for a feature by Pabbly, which is router. And then in my action event, I am going to click on this conditionally run. So router is an amazing feature of Pabbly, which helps us give two or more conditions in the workflow for running the workflow conditionally in different segments by following different conditions. Now after selecting my action event, I am going to click on this connect. So over here, I have two default routes. If you want, you can select one, or if you want to add more routes, you can add by clicking on this. So first of all, I am going to rename this routes. So my first route will be for the existing customers, and then I am going to click on this update. And then my second route will be for the new customers. And then I'll click on this update. So it is important to know that router is the last step of any workflow. We cannot add any action step beyond this. So now if we want to add any action step, we have to add that in the routes itself. So now I'm going towards the first route, and for that I'm going to click on the set filter and action steps. So now we have to apply the filter condition, the condition on which this filter should run. So here, as we have created two routes, existing customers and new customers, I want to apply this filter condition for the existing customers. So I have received the response from my wave. I have received the customer ID. So I'm going to map that customer ID over here in my label field. So over here, I have received this customer ID, and then in my filter type, I am going to select this as exist. So whenever I will receive the new response and the customer already existing in my wave account, then this workflow will run, and if the customer is not created, this workflow will stop. So now after adding this, I am going to click on the save and send test request. And here I can see that I have received the response and the status is success. We have received the message which is condition is true. Now over here, if the customer did not exist, here the message that we will receive will be condition is false. So now that the condition is true and the customer exists, I want to create a wave invoice for that customer. So I am going to click on this add action button, and now I am going to search for my action application which is wave, as I want to create the invoice for that customer. And then in my action event, as I am going to create the invoice, I am going to select my action event as create invoice with basic details and then click on this connect. Now as I have already an existing connection, I am going to click on the save, and then I have to enter all these details. So the first one is I have already selected, which is my business name, and then I need to enter all these details: customer ID, product, item description, item price, and the item quantity. So here I have received the response for the customer ID, and now I am going to map this customer ID that I have received in my previous response. For that, I am going to turn on this mapping button on and remove this previously existing ID. And then if I click on this customer ID over here, I can see that I have received the response from the wave and the customer ID was this one. So I have mapped that. Now I need to enter the product. So I am provided all the products in this drop down, but I am not going to enter these products like this. Otherwise, it will become static. To make this dynamic, I need to enter the values by adding the values with the help of the mapping method. So for that, I am going to enter the product ID. So as you can see that I have three products: LED bulb, LED tube light, and the smartphone. So what I am going to do is I am going to follow important step. Here from this product drop down, I am going to select my product first as LED bulb. So this is my LED bulb, and now I am going to turn on this mapping button, and here is my product ID. So what I am going to do is I am going to copy and paste this product ID in my notes so that I can use this afterwards, and I am going to follow the same process for the other two products also. So here I have fetched all the product IDs, and now I have to map those IDs. So to map these values, I have to get the details from my previous response. So here I am going to use one more another step, and in that step I am going to use the lookup table, and I am going to follow the same process to get the item description and the item price. So here I am going to close this for now, and then I am going to click on this add action button and search for a feature by Pabbly which is lookup table. So lookup table is going to identify the product and the product ID and give us the response, and after getting the response, we will be able to map that response in the root step. So now I'm going to click on this connect. So now I need to enter the lookup key. So I'm going to enter the product name that I have received in my Typeform response, and the product was this LED bulb. So I'm going to map that. Now as I've mapped that, this field has become dynamic, and whenever there will be form submission for a new product, this value will be changed with that product. Now in the label, I am going to name the product, and then in the value, I am going to add the ID of that product. So here I have three products: LED bulb, LED tube light, and the smartphone. So I'll go back to my Pabbly Connect and click on this add. So here I am going to add three products. I am going to write the name of the three products. I am going to write the name of the three products and then add the value, which is the product ID. So I have already copied and pasted that in my note. So now I am going to add those details over here. Here I have added my LED bulb and the product ID. Here I have added the LED tube light and the product ID. And now the next one is smartphone. And then here, this is the product ID of the smartphone. So here I have created my lookup table, and now I am going to click on the save and send test request, and it will fetch the product and the product ID. So the lookup key was LED bulb. Here the label is bulb, and we have fetched the product ID or the value, and now we can map this value in that root field. So now that we have get the product ID, I needed the description and the price also, as I have told you earlier, and for that we are going to follow this same step. So what we are going to do, we are going to click on this 3 dots, and then we are going to click on this clone step, because we are going to use lookup table to fetch the description as well as the price. So here I am going to remove these values because we need the description. And first I am going to rename this lookup table as description so that I do not get confused while mapping. And then I am going to rename this lookup table as product. And then click on this update. So now I need to get the description. So here, as we have 3 products, I am going to get the description from my Wave account. So for that, I am going to open my Wave account. So this is my Wave account. On the left hand side where I can see all these options, I am going to click on the sales and payments, and then over here I can see this products and services. So I will open this, and then over here I have this product, LED bulb, LED tube light, and then the smartphone. So what I need to do, I am going to simply copy this and paste that in my value field. So LED bulb description is this, and then the LED tube light description is this. I am going to copy and paste that. And then I need the description for the smartphone. So the smartphone description is this. Now according to this lookup key, it is going to provide us the description in the response. So now we are going to click on the save and send test request. And here we can see that we have received the response. The label was LED bulb. Here we have added the lookup key as LED bulb. The label was LED bulb, and then in the value we got this. This is LED bulb, which was the description. And now we can map this value in the description field in the roots. Now I am going to clone this step again as I want to get the price. So I am going to click on this clone step, and then I am going to rename this to price and update this. So now the lookup key is LED bulb, and then I need to add the price. So here I am going to remove this description, and from my Wave account itself I am going to add the price of these products by just copying and pasting it. So here the LED bulb was of 100 rupees. So I am going to remove the decimal and any other symbol from there, and just I am going to write this 100 over here. And then the LED tube light was of 120. So I'm going to copy that and paste that over here. And then the smartphone was of 15,000. So I'm going to copy that and paste that over here. Now after adding all these price values, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. And here we can see that we have received the response. The lookup key was of LED bulb, and here we have received in the response the LED bulb is of 100. So I have received the response, the value is 100. Now I am going to map all of these values, the product, the description, the price, in the roots that we have created in my router step. So I am going to click on this set filter and action step, and here as we have already created this filter step, now we are going to again do that step because we have cancelled that step in between. So we have to do that again, and for that I am going to click on this add action button and then search for Wave. And then in my action event, as I was creating the invoice, I am going to select my action event as create invoice with basic details and then click on this connect. Now as I have already existing connection, I am going to click on the save. And here the business is already selected, which is Pabbly. Next, I need to enter the customer ID. So we have received the customer ID in the previous step of Wave. So what I'm going to do, turn on this mapping button, remove this previously existing ID. And then I'm going to click on this customer ID field. I can see that I've received the response from this Wave. And here this was the customer ID that we have mapped. So I'm going to map this. And then I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to turn on this mapping button on and then remove this product. And then I have to map the product ID. So I have received the response from my lookup table, and the name of that lookup table was product. So I'm going to click on this and then map the product ID which we have received in the response, which was this one. Now I have also received the item description. So we have received that description in this lookup table by the name description. I'll open this, and this was the description. This is the LED bulb. And then we have received the price in this lookup table, which was 100 for LED bulb. And then I need to add the item quantity. So I have not received the response for this quantity as I do not have any of the field in my form to get this quantity. So for now, I am going to take this default quantity as 1. If you are going to have this field of quantity in your form, you can directly map that value in this field. Now in the currency is INR. And then I am going to add the invoice title. So I am going to write the invoice for, and then I'm going to map the name of that customer. So I have received the name in my typeform response and the name was latest, put space between, and then I'm going to enter the last name which was user, and then again I'm going to enter the product name. So here the product name was LED bulb. So I'm going to map that. In the invoice status, I'm going to keep this as saved. And here rest of the details are not required ones. So for now I am going to skip this. If you have received the response, you can enter following the same process of mapping. So now that I have added all these fields, I am simply going to click on the save and send test request button. And here I can see that I have received the response and this response is a positive one. Now we need to check whether this invoice has been created in my Wave account or not. For that I am going to open my Wave account and from the left hand side I can see this invoices option. So I am going to open this. And then the name of my customer was this latest user. So I'm going to open this and here we can see that we have created this invoice. Here the title has changed to invoice for latest user LED bulb and here I have received the rest of the details. The invoice was for LED bulb and then I have received the total of 100 rupees. The email address that we added was latest682@pablitudes.com. So here we have created the invoice for the existing customer. This latest user was the existing customer and we have created the invoice with the same details for this customer. Now we need to move to the next step. So now I'm going to close this route and then I'm going to click on this add route and then I'm going to create this route for the non-existing customer. So first we have created the route for the existing customer and then the second route is for the non-existing customer. So I'm going to rename this route as new customers. And then click on this update. And now I'm going to click on the set filter and action step. So now I'm going to follow the same process. In the label, we have added the customer ID. So I'm going to map the customer ID. And in this filter type, this time I'm going to enter this as does not exist. So now I want that whenever the customer is not created in my Wave account, which means does not exist, only then this route will trigger. So now I'm going to click on the save and send test request button and here I can see that the condition is false. Why? Because I have entered the value of the customer ID of the customer who was already created in my Wave account. But when the workflow will be running in real time, the condition will be true. Now that we have done this, we are going to click on this add action button and we are going to follow the same process. Search for the action application Wave. So now as the customer is not existing, first we have to create that customer and for that I'm going to take my action event as create a customer and then click on this connect. And now as I have already an existing connection, I'm going to click on this save. Now I have already selected my business and then I need to enter the customer or the business name. So here I have received the response in my type form and the name was latest. I'll put space and then enter the last name as user. And then I have to enter the first name. So the first name was latest. And then I have to enter the last name. So the last name was user. Now I'm going to enter the email address and the email address was latest682@pablitudes.com. And then I'm going to enter the mobile number, which was this one. So here I have mapped all the details. I have not received the response for any of these fields. So for now, I'm going to skip this. If you have received the response, you can enter following the process of mapping. And now after adding all these details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request. And here I can see that I have received the response and this response is the positive one. So here we have received the response and now we have to create the invoice after this step. So I'm going to click on this add action button and then I'm going to quickly search for the action application Wave. And then in my action event, as I want to create the invoice, I'm going to select create invoice with basic details and then click on this connect and then click on the save. So here I have already selected the business. Then I need to enter the customer ID. So I'm going to toggle this button on off mapping, then remove the customer ID. And then I need to enter the customer ID which I have received in my previous response when I have created the customer. So here I have received the response in this action step. So I'm going to open this and here this is my customer ID which I'm going to map. And then I need to enter the product. So again, I'm going to follow the same process. And then I'm going to enter the product which I have received as the response in my lookup. So the product ID was this one. I'll enter that. And then I'm going to add the description. Here we have received the description as this one. And then the price was this one. And then the quantity, I'm going to set the default quantity, which is 1. And then the currency is INR. Here the invoice title was invoice for the name of the customer and the product. So this was the product and I have mapped that. Then the invoice status is saved, and here I am not going to add rest of the details as these fields are not required one, and then I am going to click on the save and send test request. Here I can see that the customer ID is required. Here I have already added the customer ID, but still I am getting this response because of the technical glitch. So I am going to refresh this fields once. And then I am going to again enter the customer ID, and the customer ID we have received in this response, create a customer response. I am going to enter my customer ID, and then again I am going to enter the product ID, and then I am going to click on save and send test request. So here I can see that I have received the response, and this response is the positive one. So let's open my Wave account and check whether this invoice has been created or not. So here the name was latest user. We are going to search for that. So here the name of the customer was latest user, and here we can see that once again the invoice has been created. Here we can see that the rest of the details are same. So here in this way we have created the invoice for the customers who are existing in my Wave account and for those customers who are not existing. So first we created those customers and then created the invoice for those customers. So here we have successfully created automation between Typeform and Wave with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.